Behind the front row of Justin Peck and Lucas Wolfe. Row number 2, Parker Price Miller and Logan Wagner. Third row is Giovanni Scelzi and Danny Dietrich. Fourth row, Chase Dietz and Ryan Timms. Fifth row is Ashton Torgerson and Aaron Reutzel. Row number 6 is Ryan Smith and Lance DeWeese. Row 7, Jason Persley and Brad Sweet. Row number 8, Cy Lynch and Anthony Macri. The 9th row, Jeremy Weaver and Brent Marks. Row number 10, Rico Abreu and Justin Woodall. 11th row, Troy Wagaman Jr. and Danny Sams. Row 12 is Brady Bacon and Brock Zierfoss. And utilizing provisionals tonight, Tanner Thorson, Michael Walter, Dominic Malaire, and Brenham Crouch. The 28-car field for the 58th Tuscarora 50.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to know, who do you think is going to park at a Kishbank victory lane? How about Anthony Macri? What about Lance DeWeese? How about Aaron Reutzel? What about Ryan Timms? How about Lucas Wolfe? How about Justin Peck? Well, we are about to find out, because, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to light the fires and kick the tires here at the Port Royal Speedway, and the Tuscarora 50 is underway.
Green flag waves on the 58th Tusky 50. It's going to be Justin Peck jumping out with the early race lead. Side by side for second, Lucas Wolfe fending off a challenge from Parker Price Miller down this back straightaway. PPM sits in third. Then it is Logan Wagner, Danny Dietrich inside the top 5. Big move around the outside. Logan Wagner takes third away from Parker Price Miller.
Wagner will move into third spot. He will work the top. Parker Price Miller works down low, side by side. They're off of turns number 2. Now Parker Price Miller will go back into third.
Ryan Timms makes his way around the outside of Danny Dietrich. Moved the defending Knoxville Nationals champion into the top 5. Dietrich trying to return serve, nearly clipped the left rear on Timms, but Ryan Timms is going to have that 5th position. 3-car battle for second, rolling into turn 1. Lucas Wolfe back to the inside of PPM, but Parker Price Miller has the cushion wired. He's got second down the back stretch.
And he's going to try to bring Logan Wagner with him. Wagner looks to the inside of Lucas Wolfe, and now he will go into that third spot. Look at the 10 of Ryan Timms. He's starting to close in on this pair of Lucas Wolfe and Logan Wagner.
Now Ryan Timms peels out of line. Look to the inside. Here's a slider for the 4th position. Flying Ryan Timms takes it away from Lucas Wolfe, and a good start to this one for the driver to Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, in his first career Tuscarora 50 main event.
How about it already? Justin Peck has a gigantic lead as Brent Marks is off the pace on the back straight.
Looks like some rear end damage.
Right, the caution flag will wave. He has a flat right rear on the 19 of Brent Marks as he will make his way into the work area.
And so Brent Marks, he was running 17th at the time, as he will make his way to the attention of the Murray Marks Racing team, located at the, I would say, the right side, more right side part of the pit area down there. So a little bit of a drive for the M&M Painting and Construction entry to get down there. And it sounds like Brad Strasser should be on the scene down there. Brad?
Yep, down here with the Murray Marks team. Got the right rear out immediately, and you can see as he rolls in, that right rear is down. Of course, the Clausen Marshall 7BC crew in here to help. Brenham Crouch's crew in here to help the 19 of Brent Marks get that right rear changed as they look to get it jacked up. Starting to see that.
Count him out, but going to have a long road to hoe here for him to get up to the front.
Brent Marks has 16 career Port Royal victories. As you exactly said there, Chase, a long way to go to make his way back through the field and try to be in contention for the Tuscarora 50. So they are running as you see them. The driver that will bring the field back to green will be the 26 of Justin Peck.
But Peck had a pretty large lead, a 3-second advantage in 3 laps, Tony Laporte. That's a pretty darn good start for the Rudine team.
Well, and this is so reminiscent of what we saw back around the end of May going into June, doesn't it, Chase, when Tyler Tessemaker and Aaron and Brandon hit the tune on that Ford Performance 410 underneath the hood of Peck's number 26. When it's right, baby, that thing is right. Now, unfortunately, when it's wrong, it's very wrong. But Justin Peck ran away and absolutely hid from Parker Price Miller and the rest of this field here. Tonight just might be one of those nights where they've hit the tune on that Ford Performance 410 because, wow, Peck was shot out of a cannon on the initial start.
And don't forget, he was so close to a big 6-figure payday last Saturday night at Skagit Speedway. Came up 1 spot short in that one after leading 32 laps. The green flag is coming back out. We're back underway, the Tuscarora 50.
Great restart by Parker Price Miller. Sticks, but Justin Peck, he will look down low, slides up in front, and no, he will keep that top side open. Justin Peck powers back by.
Justin Peck finagles his way around the outside, back into the race lead. Parker Price Miller dips down low into turns 3 and 4, pulls up next to Peck, but Justin Peck is still, car to the wall, No, that is Brenham Crouch, and there is damage to the CJB Motorsports number 5. The caution is going to come out as he's stopped. So Brenham Crouch drawing the caution. It has been a tough night for that team. I mean, we mentioned it earlier during the C-Main. I mean, they did not get a lap of hot laps. They didn't get a lap of qualifying. They blew a motor in qualifying. The wing had some crazy malfunction during hot laps, so he wasn't able to take part in that. He ran his heat race, started dead last, had to run the C-Main, won that, and then utilized a provisional to start the back of the field here tonight.
And he kicked the weekend off very strong. He was able to round out the podium here on Thursday night. Did it a solid top 10, 8th last night. As we look at the replay, wow. Major contact there. Who was it? The 49 of Brad Sweet looks like. Wow, major contact. One more look at this.
I would like to see that first replay one more time, and man, you could see that the rear suspension components on that 5 car are certainly very badly damaged. The way he's just sitting on the track, not a good look.
And that could have been a lot worse,
Here we go.
Right? Going into one of the fastest parts of the racetrack.
Oof, yeah.
Left front over right rear.
Yeah, you can't place any blame there on Brenham Crouch as he was just trying to mind his own business there, Tony, and could be some damage to Brad Sweet as we look at him on the screen now. But, Tony, what do you got?
Yeah, they've got the entire front-end assembly down here ready to go at the CJB number 5. Crew members from Murray Marks Motorsports leaning in to help. They're trying to pull the already attached left front wheel off of that front end here as they await Brenham Crouch to make his way into the work area. Massive impact, as you saw right there. As far as the 49 guys go, nobody's come down off the top of the KCK Racing Napa Auto Parts Mule, so you get a good look there of your defending Kubota High Limit Racing Series champion. Doesn't seem to be too worse for the wear, but man, Chase, we've seen it year after year. That's a group who knows that if they're going to stay at the top and fight for championships, they have to finish these races. They're also pulling a top wing off here, but I think it's just so they can get spare wheels and tires down off the Horizon Whiskey work mule for Brenham Crouch. The team laying out with lots of parts and pieces here. We will talk to you when they stop Brenham Crouch in the work area.
And we talked about a lot of movers and shakers here, Chase Robin. Also, all of our normal contingency awards are up for grabs here tonight. We will once again pull another J&S Classics Warrior Award down in Victory Lane. Ramsey's Car Wash, one of the presenting sponsors here tonight, also will hand out $500 extra to whoever is the hard charger here tonight. WC Eschenauer & Sons sponsoring a last lap pass award for $500, as well as, once again, the Frozen Farmer Pig Pint makes its way out onto the front stretch. We'll send it back down trackside.
Man, you can tell it was a massive impact for the 5 of Brenham Crouch. There are scuff marks on the Hoosier letters on the inside of the left rear. I don't know how hard you've got to hit a race car to a wall for that to happen, but that's exactly what they've done. Heavy damage here to the the right rear rather of Crouch. They're going to go to work on replacing the right rear tire, as they were worried originally about a front end replacement, but no attention at all being paid to the front end assembly here of Crouch. The right rear off. They're getting ready to swap on a new and inflated right rear, but there is damage as they go to work moving that axle assembly around inside the housing. Barry Jackson with members of the Rudine Racing team on hand here. Scott Bear as well jumping in from the CJB team as they're trying to get that right rear shock undone. They've got lots of replacements to do here. A little bit of time left in the work area. Barry Jackson still going to work on Brenham Crouch's number 5. And you guys talked about it already. Remember, this night isn't just turning bad. It started bad when they lost an engine at the beginning of the evening. Really tough sledding here for Crouch in the number 5.
Yeah, just past less than 1 minute to go in the work area for Brenham. And so they've got some serious work to do, and they got to do it quick. Now down to 50 seconds of time in the work area. And so Crouch and that team going to work. But, hey, Tony, I did want to mention something to you as well. Last week, of course, Justin Peck so close to the big win, 6 figures over at Skagit Speedway. The guy that beat him after he led 32 laps was Rico Abreu. Now, remember earlier this season when Justin Peck led almost the entire feature at Kokomo, it was Rico Abreu that snatched that one away from him on the last lap. And in the very next race, Justin Peck went to victory lane at Ransomville. Could we see history repeat here tonight? And Peck get the Tuscarora 50 win. That would be incredible.
Chase, you're all about trends. That's what I like about you. You're a very trendy person. You study trends, you dress well with trends, and I think that's definitely something to keep an eye on. If I'm Justin Peck, I'm not too terribly worried about Rico Abreu. Yes, he's the defending Tuscarora 50 race winner, but he's mired back still in that 19th position where he took the green flag for this race. Work continues feverishly down here in the work area as the birdcage is being attended to here. They've got the torsion arm off the right rear. They've got the shock off. They're trying to replace a ton of stuff down here, guys, and I don't know where the clock's at, but they've got to be low on time here in the work area.
Yeah, they are out of time. They're going to need a yellow here if Brenham wants to come back out on the lead lap. The green flag set to wave. And on that little run, we only ran one lap. Macri gained a spot, make it 2 spots. Ryan Timms gained a spot. Those may be 2 drivers to watch for as we now continue on in the Tuscarora 50 main event. What a restart for Aaron Reutzel.
We're 3 wide in the turns 1 and 2 on that restart. Battle for the lead down the back straightaway. Once again, Parker Price Miller trying to take it away from Justin Peck. Great run down low by the law firm, looking to take the lead off of Ford. Nothing there just yet. Side by side behind these two between Logan Wagner and Aaron Reutzel.
Aaron Reutzel threw a slider on Logan Wagner. Wagner crossed him up down the front straightaway, maintains that 3rd position. Big run out of Ryan Timms. He closes in on Aaron Reutzel down the back straightaway. Car off the pace. It's Anthony Macri. Macri's got a problem on the back straightaway. The green flag is still out for now as he is slowing as we continue to watch Anthony or make that Aaron Reutzel, but now the caution comes out for Macri. So the Concrete King, the former Tuscarora 50 champion back in 2022, is off the pace. Looks like all 4 tires still inflated on that white cap scene during J&S Classics 39M.
You could see maybe some smoke trailing out of the rear end of Anthony Macri's 39M.
And so Macri now stopped. He's going to need some help to get to the crew in the center of pit road. Tony.
Yeah, Joe Mooney took off in a near gallop to get back down to the Macri Motorsports work mule. We're hearing they're expecting it to be something underneath the hood of that race car, and I think maybe they're going to get the 39 turned around and coming the opposite direction here in the work area, as now the crew takes off running back towards Whiskey Myers victory lane to come to the attention of their driver. There you see him right there getting pushed oncoming into what would be the flow of traffic here. Work continues on the 5 of Brenham Crouch. It'll be interesting to see what the ruling is on that, if the yellow flag technically came out before or after that first lap to green flag racing resumed. Now the 39 Emma Macri comes to a stop, your King's Royal champion. They're going to pull the hood off this thing quickly. The crew seeing smoke there on the Ford Performance big screen here in the victory lane. Macri throws his gloves off. His night is done.
Wow. Got to think maybe a terminal failure there under the hood for Macri. And one of the favorites, if not the favorite, coming into Tuscarora 50 weekend is out of the race. And we should be able to agree next time by Earl. Justin Peck has led the whole way so far.
Yeah, but let's talk about Parker Price Miller. He has been timing these restarts to perfection to really where he can keep pace with Justin Peck when they go into turns 1 and 2 on these restarts. But look who's starting right behind Justin Peck, the 87 Aaron Reutzel. Him and Logan Wagner had great restarts there. You know both of them. And how about it? I'm looking at row number 3, the Knoxville Nationals champion, Ryan Timms. He started 8th in this one. He's slowly starting to make his way up through the field as we will come back to green this time by.
Yeah, Aaron Reutzel is on a warpath to the front. Just 6 laps in, he's went from 10th. He'll restart in the 3rd-ish position on row number 2 here, so he is on the move as the green flag comes back out. 5 laps completed, 45 to go with the Tuscarora 50.
Side by side between Justin Peck and Parker Price Miller. Parker is going to go back up high. Justin Peck takes that line away. Reutzel, he peeked to the inside. There goes Ryan Timms. Ryan Timms will make the pass on Logan Wagner, move up into 4th.
I'll tell you what, Parker Price Miller has been able to run that slider line and still maintain the pace of Justin Peck, who's had the cushion wired on both ends of the speedway. PPM's car has got a ton of speed to it early in this main event.
Just got to pace yourself, dude. You got to get to the break about halfway in this one. As still, here comes Aaron Reutzel looking down low, or Parker Price Miller. Nothing there just just yet.
Top three starting to get strung out. Here's a run for Ryan Timms down the front stretch to the back bumper of Aaron Reutzel. Both those drivers run the middle, now slide up to the cushion, tag that cushion. Timms gets a good run, hits the wall in the backstretch right there. Close call for Ryan Timms.
And now Lucas Wolfe, he's looking to break into the top 5. They're off at turn number 4. They are 2 by 2 for 3rd and 5th.
Chase Dietz appears to be making his way forward as well. Dietz crosses the line in the 7th position. He started 7th, fell back outside the top 10, but is now climbing back forward. With all these cautions, those have been helping him out. So Chase Dietz closing in on the 5W of Lucas Wolfe.
All right, we are working on a green flag run here. This is the most laps we have completed so far under green conditions. Right now, Justin Peck has a 2-second lead over the field. Parker Price Miller still running in 2nd. Aaron Reutzel 3rd. Ryan Timms 4th. Logan Wagner rounds out the top 5.
We saw Justin Peck have a 3-second lead in the opening 3 laps of this main event. Now his lead is up to 2.2 seconds and closing in on the tail end of the field, but that might change things up and allow PPM to close back in. Ryan Timms off of turn number 2, maybe one of the best cars on the racetrack. He gets so much speed down the backstretch.
He'll follow Reutzel to the top in turns number 3 and 4. Does he try for a slide job when they get into turns 1 and 2? Ryan Timms drives right down low of Aaron Reutzel, parks it right on his nose. Reutzel able to turn the car back down the hill. He'll drive back by.
Aaron Reutzel back into the 3rd spot, but a valiant effort there from Ryan Timms to take away that podium position. Remember, still a long ways to go in this one. Just 12 laps completed, 38 to go. And we've still got the halfway break to come. Parker Price Miller's taking a half second out of the lead for Justin Peck as he approaches the back of the field.
Justin Peck in dirty air now as the battle still rages on for that 3rd spot between Aaron Reutzel and Ryan Timms. But yeah, absolutely, Parker Price Miller absolutely closing in on Justin Peck as wow. Aaron Reutzel and Ryan Timms really close off of 4.
They are going tooth and nail for that final podium position. That's allowing Logan Wagner to slightly close back in, back in the 4th position, make that the 5th position. Parker Price Miller 1.2 seconds behind Justin Peck. Peck nearly clipped the wall in turn 4 right there. Close call for the Routine Racing number 26. Now he gets cut off by Danny Sampson. All of a sudden, Parker Price Miller's in his back pocket.
Parker Price Miller is within 5 car lengths as Justin Peck trying to run away and hide as we almost get to the halfway break. 34 laps to go. Here comes a run by Parker Price Miller. Pulls alongside Justin Peck down the front straightaway.
Well, we have a battle for the lead into turn 1. PPM's going to go down low. He's going to try and run the middle. Justin Peck certainly saw the nose on the 71 car in turn 2. Ryan Timms back behind. He takes 3rd away and pulls away big time from Aaron Reutzel rolling into turn 3.
Now Justin Peck, he's going to protect that bottom side, but still Parker Price Miller right there, nose to tail at the flag stand. Miller down low. Can he complete the pass this time by off of turn number 2? No, he cannot.
You can tell that Parker Price Miller is not going full send yet. He keeps kind of showing the nose and showing the Justin Peck that he's right there. Once again, he'll look to the inside in turn number 4. Side by side for the race lead at the Tuscarora 50. They come across the line. Justin Peck still has the lead. 32 laps to go. PPM rolls down low once again in turn 1.
Justin Peck has the momentum. See what line he chooses when they go into turn 3. He will go back and roll right through the middle, put that dirty air back on the nose of 71 up Parker Price Miller. No change within the rest of the top 5. Ryan Timms still in 3rd. Reutzel 4th. Logan Wagner in 5th.
The top 2 have had a little bit of a break from the lap cars, and that's allowed them to pull away from Ryan Timms, but they are not far away from a couple of more cars with Jeremy Weaver, Brady Bacon, and Tanner Thorson. Justin Peck remains committed to the outside of the racetrack as Logan Wagner makes his way by Aaron Reutzel, move Logan Wagner up to the 4th position.
Look at this Cago cars right now. Wagner, yep, moving up through the top 5 as Reutzel having a little bit of difficulty with the lapper of Dominic Miller. Look at the 23 Chase Dietz right now. He's going to pull right behind of Lucas Wolfe. That is a battle 4-6.
I don't think Parker Price Miller has shown us his whole hand so far. He has been cruising around. That Indy Race Part 71 is absolutely on kill here tonight. Justin Peck hooks the cushion in turn 2. Tries to keep the wall or keep the car off the back straightaway wall. Here comes the lap traffic. Here comes Parker Price Miller to the inside in turn number 4. Who is going to lead this race at the halfway break? Parker Price Miller up next to Justin Peck down the front straightaway.
trying to rustle this lead away from Justin Peck. He's going to get blocked by the slower car. Ryan Timms starting to close in on this duo. Justin Peck and Parker Price Miller. 3-car battle for the lead as they approach lap traffic again.
Here comes the 2025 Knoxville Nationals champion in his Tuscarora 50 debut feature event. He'll roll the back bumper of Parker Price Miller. Justin Peck goes down low, trying to get by a slower car. Parker Price Miller's right there. Ryan Timms the first to get to the cushion. He's got to run. 3-car battle for the race lead down the backstretch at the Tuscarora 50.
Look at Ryan Timms. Does he go 2 for 1 up high? He gets by Parker Price as Justin Peck tags the guardrail. What happens in turns number 1 with the lap car in play?
Ryan Timms is now up to second. Here comes the slider for the race lead. Can't get there in time. They nearly touch beadlocks. Timms hooks the cushion, maintains that second spot. Parker Price Miller runs in third. Logan Wagner closing in along with Reutzel. The halfway break is approaching as they are side by side for second. Peck still with the lead.
And Logan Wagner running forward, starting to close in on the top 3 as we have 25 laps to go. The caution flag will wave.
Just as Ryan Timms threw a slide job on Justin Peck to take the lead, the caution flag comes out. That was the plan all day long. It was mentioned in the drivers' meeting. If there was not a caution on laps 21, 22, 23, or 24, then the halfway break would be thrown exactly on lap number 25, and that is indeed the case, which if you're a Ryan Timms fan, you're probably not too happy about, Earl, but that was what the precedent was.
They were told this information in this afternoon's drivers' meeting, so all of the drivers that made this Tuscarora 50 were aware of the rules, as we will get the drivers to the correct restart order before we stop them here on the front straightaway.
What a stellar opening 25 laps. I feel like a lot of the times in these long races, these guys will kind of cruise around, get to the halfway point. That was not the case here tonight. Justin Peck leading the way, but Ryan Timms let it all hang out. Parker Price Miller, he was up there as well, trying to take the lead a couple of times. Race fans, what did you think about the opening 25 here tonight at Tuscarora 50? Absolutely fantastic action, and the track appears to be in great shape as well. Here is a FloRacing replay as Timms and Reutzel are battling there inside of the top 5 position. And Timms has made his way up into second. Where did he start on the field? He started 8th, and so Timms in 25 laps is up into the runner-up spot. I don't know how many guys in the history of sprint car racing, Earl, maybe a Brian Walker question, how many guys have won the Nationals and the Tuscarora 50 in the same weekend, or the same year?
What a year for that young man Ryan Timms is having, as you see the field coming to a stop here. Once we get everyone stops, that is when we will cut the crews loose to attend to their drivers.
The drivers stopping on the front stretch, and they will hear an air horn that will signal the beginning of that open red flag condition. And there it is. You can see them moving out from the infield and towards their race cars. 5 minutes is the count for the open red flag condition. Of course, you cannot change any tires during this open red. You can make any other kind of adjustments. If you change a tire, you are going to the tail end of the field. As you see everybody trying their quickest to get down there as they look at Justin Peck showing the way in what would be the biggest win of his career. We know car owner Kevin Rudeen is here tonight. Obviously, the heartbreak from last Saturday came up 1 spot short at Skagit Speedway for the Skagit Nationals. Tony Laporte, let's go down to you.
Justin Peck brings his Skagit Speedway number 26 to a stop. The first thing he tells crew chief Tyler Tessemaker, I'm too free. He's looking for a little bit of grip to be built in to this Skagit Speedway Race Routine Foundation Ford Performance number 26. Ryan Timms talking to car owner Shane Liebig about any decisions they may make for the handling of this race car. You got to think if you're the 10 of Ryan Timms, you might not be wanting to make too many changes. He's made the mistake of leaving himself open, so I'm going to take it. Ryan, what do you think of your race car?
I think it's bad fast right now. You didn't really want to see that break there, obviously, but feeling really confident going back into the rest of the 25, and definitely gonna be tricky with tires, managing those, but we're good right now. So
Let's go back to the infield. Tony Laporta.
Yeah, Shane Lee walked by with, I think, either I don't know if they planned on needing to replace the wicker at the top of the top wing, but he walked by and kind of poked that right at me as they walked away, as you mentioned, Earl, very early from that Hample Oil number 10. So, yeah, you can say that those guys are relaxed right now. I think that'd be a fair assessment. And then just got to give another quick shout out, or have to give a shout out to another FloRacing property, the USAC Amsoil National Sprint Car Series on FloRacing all year long. Sounds like Justin Grant just got the job done out there. And boy, you think about what he and Aaron Reutzel have had to do with banged up feet. Pretty impressive to JG to get back in victory lane at Lucas Oil Speedway.
Yeah, congrats to him as we're ready to come back to green for the second half of the Tuscarora 50. Justin Peck and Ryan Timms lead the 27 cars back to green.
Tremendous restart by Ryan Timms as he will lead them in the turns number 1 and 2. Justin Peck looking to take it away down low. Nothing there. Parker Price Miller rolls in third.
Ryan Timms, your new race leader of the Tuscarora 50. Justin Peck back in second. This will be the first time that Peck has to go on offense. He's been on defense the entire way throughout this main event. Ryan Timms leads lap number 26.
Troy Wagaman starting to march his way, trying to get up into the 6th position. Pulls alongside Lucas Wolfe right there. Now the yellow flag will wave. Cy Lynch off the pace here on the front stretch.
Cy Lynch, it looks like all 4 tires still inflated on the Motorsports number 42. And so he's going to come to a slow stop. He was running 23rd. It does sound like the engine is still running on the Hollywood Glacian coating number 42. And so unfortunately for Cy Lynch, who was running in the 23rd spot, he is more than likely going to go to the attention of his crew in the infield. But we are beyond the halfway point of this race, Earl. And so that is obviously a big deal.
Yes, that is a very big deal.
And there's no guaranteed time. No guaranteed time to work here.
No, and not a really good restart by Justin Peck, right? I don't know if
spun
maybe
the
he had a little
tires.
speed. Oh, yes.
Yeah, it looks what it looked like to
right
me.
out of my mouth. Yeah, could possibly spin the tires. So I'm going to assume is going to plan not to spin these tires or whatever happened there. Not quite sure if the engine also stumbled there in the 26, but Ryan Timms, as we will have a replay of the start, this is exactly what we're looking at.
See if Justin Peck spins the tires. He comes down the track and it just did not get going.
Yep, did not get off the turn like he wanted to, and Timms had the momentum, and we'll see what happens. As you know, this puts Justin Peck right alongside Ryan Timms.
Cy Lynch has arrived in the work area. Let's go down to Brad Strasser.
Down here with the Cy Lynch team, guys, and at first they were thinking it was a potential Jacobs ladder. The problem, but when Cy Lynch pulled in, he immediately was telling his team, it's in the front end. It's in the front end. So the team going to work, though, here in and around the right rear. Trying to find the problem here on this Mercedes Motorsports number 42 right now.
Okay, thanks, Brad. Hopefully we get Cy Lynch back out there. No guaranteed time, but we still have the Frozen Farmer pick pint to come. We'll see where Ryan Timms chooses to restart. He just got the lead on the outside. It looks like Cy Lynch is going to refire, so he will make it back out even without that guaranteed time. Look out down there in the infield. Cy Lynch trying to bump his way through there. And that's exactly what he did, and so he'll refire and join at the tail end of the field. And it looks like Timms is going to stay on the outside line for this upcoming restart.
Also, let's talk about Troy Wagaman Jr. Remember, he started 21st. He was able to gain a couple positions there on that restart. He has worked his way back up into 7th, choosing to start on the outside of Chase Dietz. So we are going to come back to green once again in turn 4. See if Justin Peck now can hang with Ryan Timms on this restart.
Now, Wagaman has been on the move without question. 21st to 7th. We'll see if the Hefner Racing Enterprises 27 has anything else left in the tank. The green flag comes back out of the Tuscarora 50.
Ryan Timms with another brilliant restart leads the thundering herd on the top in turns number 1 and 2. Troy Wagaman will drive underneath the 55 of Logan Wagner. Wagner drag races him into turns number 3 and 4. That is a battle for P5.
And a battle for the 3rd spot as well. Aaron Reutzel took it away briefly from Parker Price Miller. PPM crosses him up down the front straightaway, takes the 3rd spot back away. Aaron Reutzel draws to the left rear, but Parker Price Miller will have that spot in command in turn number 3 make that down the backstretch into turn 3.
Logan Wagner tried to take the 6th position away from Logan Wagner. As laps starting to tick away here in the second half of the 58th running of the Tuscarora 50. Now the 69K of Ryan Smith looking to break into the top 10.
Ryan Smith working on Chase Dietz. Dietz up on the top. Ryan Smith not able to make the pass as Dietz comes flying back around the outside and maintains that position. Most cars there in the back half of the top 10 on the bottom, but the first 4 cars all on the top, so a lot of drivers searching around for speed.
Ryan Timms, he is out to a 2.5-second lead. What a tremendous Tuscarora 50 this young man is having. We're going to have 20 laps to go.
Remember, he came here last year and didn't even make the show. Ryan Timms still has lap traffic to deal with. That car is lights out up on the cushion. A little mistake right there, but he's got enough of a gap back behind him that does not matter. That last time by almost a 4-second lead for Ryan Timms.
And to the naked eye, that is pretty much a straightaway here in this one. I want to say, you know, if you looked at the line that he was running at Knoxville as Timms gets into the guardrail there off of turn number 2, the cushion tends to get really built up and, you know, develop some curb out of Knoxville, and that's exactly what we have developing in turns number 1 and 2, and that is where Ryan Timms gains a lot of speed.
Turn 2 has been a problem spot the last 2 laps. He's gotten that right front up into the wall. We've seen guys get in major trouble. That time he keeps it down a little bit lower, gets by a lap car of Brenham Crouch, and Ryan Timms has not even been a factor all weekend long here at the Port Royal Speedway. 21st and 16th in the 2 prelim nights, and he's showing the way by a wide margin here on the finale.
And now a battle. Here comes Aaron Reutzel trying to get underneath Parker Price Miller. He will do so as they roll into turn number 2. But Reutzel pounds the guardrail on the outside, and Parker Price Miller will drive back under him.
The Light Law Firm back into that 3rd position. Aaron Reutzel right back to the whip in turn number 3. Gets up next to the cushion. Going to build a big run down the front straightaway, battling with the Law Firm for that 3rd spot. He'll peel out of line and look to the inside. Nearly clips the lift front tire on the infield berm there as BPM still going to hold on to that 3rd spot. He gets to the cushion. They're side by side off of turn 2.
You can start to see both those drivers moving their top wings back as Reutzel will go back high, and he will drive around Parker Price Miller to move up into P3 as the leader Ryan Timms in the very heavy lap traffic.
Aaron Reutzel around the outside, move him back into a podium position. 15 laps to go as your race leader is now out to a 4-second lead once again. Justin Peck may have closed in slightly the last time by. Ryan Timms with several lap cars between himself and the 2nd place machine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars between 1st and 2nd.
Can Justin Peck track down Ryan Timms as Ryan Timms still has a very healthy 3.9-second lead, 13 to go this time by. You can see Aaron Reutzel also starting to mount a charge for the 2nd place car, Justin Peck.
The Clue Cowboy trying to get back up on the horse here and reel in Justin Peck for that 2nd position. If Reutzel can get a late race yellow here, who knows? He might have a car to contend with Ryan Timms. Parker Price Miller closing back in on the rear bumper of Aaron Reutzel. He'll look to the middle side of the racetrack. They go 3 wide with a lap car in turns 3 and 4.
Here comes Aaron Reutzel. He will get by Parker Price Miller once again. And Troy Wagaman Jr. right there as he got underneath Logan Wagner. He's up in the 5th.
Yeah, Troy Wagaman Jr. having a standout performance here tonight at the Tuscarora 50. 21st now into the top 5 as he makes his way by the 55 of Logan Wagner. Back up front, Ryan Timms. His lead still a commanding 3.5 seconds, but as you just heard me say there, Peck has taken a half second out of the lead, but he's running out of time. Next time by, 10 laps to go.
Laps starting to tick away as Ryan Timms absolutely brilliant negotiating the slower cars. Justin Peck trying to get through these slower cars as quick as he can.
And that lead now back over 4 seconds for Ryan Timms. Aaron Reutzel has now dropped that Ridge & Sons Racing 87 down to the middle portion of the racetrack in turns 1 and 2. Justin Peck now to the inside of Brock Searfoss will slide by him and put him to the wayside as Ryan Timms just man oh man as he put up a torrent pace now on the back bumper of Dason Pursley. Pursley currently runs in the 19th position.
Let's talk about this. Ryan Timms, this will be his first career Port Royal victory. And how about it? It comes at the Tuscarora 50. It would be worth 58 large. Are you kidding me right now?
Ryan Timms, what an incredible story he has been here in 2025. He's got to make it around the Port Royal Speedway for 9 more laps, and that is tough to do when you are Cowboy up next to the guardrail here at the Speed Palace.
3.7 seconds separate Ryan Timms and Justin Peck. 7 laps to go when Timms gets back to the stripe right now.
Brent Marks fighting his way back forward. Brent Marks is now back into the top 10 after coming out of the work area. Gets slid by Lucas Wolfe, but Brent's going to have a run down the front straightaway. He'll peel out of line, trying to get by Lucas Wolfe. He crossed the line in the 10th spot. Now he's trying to go by for 9th. They get very close in turn 2.
And now look at this 69K of Ryan Smith looking to go 2 for 1. Nothing there. As now Lucas Wolfe looks down low. That's exactly where Brent Marks is running, as we got Aaron Reutzel contending for that 2nd spot with Justin Peck.
Justin Peck sails around the outside. He's still got the 2nd position, but he's got Danny Sams and a couple of other drivers just ahead of him. Big move out of Peck to get by the slower car to keep Aaron Reutzel at bay, but Danny Sams going to cross up Justin Peck and unlap himself for the 26 car.
5 laps to go. You still got Ryan Timms, has a 5-second lead in the number 10. Justin Peck, Aaron Reutzel duking it out for the runner-up spot. Parker Price Miller still looking good in 4th, and Troy Wagaman in 5th.
Ryan Timms, his lead this time, now over 5 seconds over Justin Peck and Aaron Reutzel. Parker Price Miller still sitting in 4th as Logan Wagner's trying to get wound up around the outside to track down Troy Wagaman Jr., but Wagaman has brought that car down to the inside of the racetrack, and he's making some good speed there on the low side.
Make it 3 laps to go this time by no lap cars in between Justin Peck and Aaron Reutzel, as Reutzel looks down low, nothing there, as Justin Peck still rolling right through the middle side of the racetrack.
2 laps to go this time by, and how reminiscent is this when he won the Knoxville Nationals? Ryan Timms absolutely blitzkrieging the field here tonight at Port Royal Speedway. He is less than a half mile away from going to victory lane at the Tuscarora 50.
He will see the white flag. Timms has increased his lead to 6.3 seconds as we have 1 lap to go in the Tuscarora 50.
Hey, Ryan Timms underneath of the flag stand to the top of the racetrack in turn number 1. The next closest driver, some 6 seconds, almost 7 seconds behind. He'll make his way into turns 3 and 4. And for the first time in 40 years, a driver wins the Knoxville Nationals and the Tuscarora 50 in the same year. He does it at 19 years old. Ryan Timms gets the win. 2nd, way back behind, is going to be Justin Peck. Aaron Reutzel 3rd. 4th to Parker Price Miller. And 5th will be Troy Wagaman from 21st.
What a performance by this young man. Ryan Timms winning the 58th running of the Tuscarora 50 by over 7 seconds. You see the top 10 there. Justin Peck finishing in 2nd. Aaron Reutzel 3rd. Parker Price Miller 4th. Troy Wagaman Jr. in 5th.
It is a year of firsts for Ryan Timms. His first Knoxville Nationals win. That was his first World of Outlaws win. His first Tuscarora 50 win. Tonight, his first Kubota Highlander Racing feature win as well. Man, oh man, I cannot remember the margin of victory at Knoxville, but it had to be close to this. 7.265 seconds at the finish line. You cannot deny the speed that Shane Liebig and that team have put on that car, and the speed and determination of their young driver. Just a few years ago, it seemed like Ryan Timms was falling out of the spotlight in the sprint car. He wasn't winning. He was missing shows. He was struggling to make the main event. But this year, he's turned a new leaf, and now he is in elite company to join Kenny Weld and Doug Wolfgang as the only other driver to win both the Nationals and the Tusky 50 in the same year. He's already out of the race car and celebrating with the team. He joins elite company, something only done 3 times previous. A Nationals win and a Tuscarora 50 win in the same season. He's about ready to climb on top of the Hampel Oil, Joel Pigeon Trucking, CP Mining and Excavating number 10. And when he does, Port Royal, let him hear ya. As it wasn't the High Rollers, it wasn't the Pennsylvania Posse. Tonight, it's Ryan Timms. Can you believe it? Climbing off the top of the race car, he'll make his way around the front and have a word with Tony Laporta.
Ryan Timms doesn't waste any time. He makes his way to the front or the side of this number 10. I'm going to hit you with a stat here you probably don't want to hear, but we got to get through it. 8th place in the C-Main here 1 year ago. You run away to a 7.2 second victory. Brother, I've had relationships that don't last that long. What has changed since the last time you contested the Tuscarora 50?
Well, what's changed is, a new team. Me and Shane here, we're just a great combination. And Shane, I got to give all the props to him. I mean, such a fast race car. I didn't know I won by that much. To win by 7 seconds is really rare, especially at such a crown jewel race like Tuscarora. And Shane, he just gave me such a fast race car. We first got here, and I was, my expectations or my goal was to run top 10 at this thing. And after the first 2 nights, I ran 14th and 16th the last 2 nights, and we just kind of slowly got the car better, and me as a driver better. And then tonight, it all clicked. I don't know. The car was on point, and I was on point. So just an awesome night. I mean, it's pretty cool. First Outlaw wins Knoxville Nationals, and then first Outlaw wins Tusky. So this is just such an unreal experience. I never thought I'd win either of these 2 races, let alone in the same year. And it's, man, I'm just so grateful. And I got to thank Shane, Marty, Dickie for all their hard work and giving me this piece to do this with, and my dad and just everyone.
You can hear it in your voice what it means to you. It's great to see you smile and take this in and realize it and understand it. We talked earlier, this was your first trip back to a half-mile racetrack since you won the Knoxville Nationals. These are 2 very different racetracks, though. What did you have to do in the seat to stand here in Whiskey Myers Victory Lane?
I had to obviously get better. This place is Knoxville, and this place to me and Eldora are the toughest racetracks on the planet. And it's not. This isn't a place you just come in here and win. And the first 2 nights I realized I saw what I was doing wrong. I realized what I needed to do better. I got chewed out a lot, and we sat down, watched some film, and just talked a lot about what I need to do better. And I just let him, handle the car. I didn't really worry too much about it. And God, it's just it's hard to even believe. It's such a big improvement from Thursday night Thursday night to now. It's miles ahead of where we were. So I mean, it doesn't even feel real. It's just such an unbelievable accomplishment, an amazing experience. And I just got to thank everyone that supports me. I got to thank all the fans for coming out, because this is, a slam-packed crowd. It's awesome to see. And, I love coming to Port Royal, and hopefully we'll be back a little more here next year. And I got to thank all my great sponsors: Hample Oil, Mystic Lubricants, Sigard Engine Oil, CMP Excavating, Lone Dakota Acres, Raw Machinery, Joel Pigeon Trucking, Momentum Suspension, Speedway Engines, Bennick Enterprises, Kelderman Ranch, I know I'm missing some, West River Trailer Sales, K1, Bell, Ultra Shield, Sharp Advantage, and just everyone that's on this thing. It's just what we've done together in such a short amount of time is, I think, a little unheard of, and it's just, it's so unbelievable.
Before we let you go, let's get your hands on the Chasm Safety Products Win Box. There's a golden ticket in there that you can put towards redeeming a Chasm Safety System. Admire that trophy, but I do got one more question here for you. We're not done just yet, sorry. You're not a high roller. We wish you were, but tonight, the series' angel donor has opened it up to the entire field. So whoever stood in Whiskey Myers Victory Lane tonight, that being you, by the margin of 7.2 seconds, you get to send $1,000 of our angel donors' money to any charity you wish to support thanks to your win here tonight. After your victory, where are you sending our angel donors $1,000?
What is the Race Routine Foundation?
The Race Routine Foundation. He had that one in the holster. He's a winner at the Tuscarora 50. He's a Knoxville Nationals champion. He is Ryan Timms. We've got our Warrior Award ready to go down here. Sandy Klein once again stepping up to put some money into a driver's pocket who probably needs it tonight. Let's see that chip. What's the number, Sandy?
22.
22, and that is going to be the number 8 of Brock Zierfoss. Brock Zierfoss with the number 22 finishing position. And we have got a driver here who's going to pull the 50-50. What's the winning share?
15,000.
15,000. Ryan Timms, go ahead and pull that 50-50 winning ticket out for us. 50-50 winning ticket. It's a red ticket. One more time. Let's get out of the photographer's way. What's the amount?
$15,000.
$15,000 is going to go to ticket number 501559. Again, ticket number 501559. It is a red ticket for $15,000. 501559. Ryan Tim stands in Whiskey Myers victory lane. He is your winner of the Tuscarora 50.
He becomes the 15th different winner with the series in 2025. And only, how many races are we in? 38 races into the season, 15th different winner. Just fantastic stuff all season long. Let's get into contingency award winners tonight. The Race Your Dean Foundation Rookie of the Race. That is going to go to Dason Pursley with an 18th place finish here tonight. And also, we got to take a look at the Jace Golf Cart's Fastest Lap of the Race Award. That went to Justin Peck. On lap number 3, he turned in a 17.442 second lap time. Good enough to earn the award. And then the positions gained. The Rod & Supply Hard Charger, of course, that went to Troy Wagaman Jr., 21st to 5th, plus 16 for him to grab the award. And Tony, before we send it back down to you with second place Justin Peck, we can confirm that Aaron Reutzel has taken the Kubota Highland Racing points lead hanging to Lernerville Speedway next week.
We'll share that with him here in a moment when we stop over at our third place finisher, Justin Peck. It seems to be a weekly occurrence now. 7 days ago, we were standing in Skagit Speedway up in Washington in a very similar setting. You led early, you led often, but you end up finishing in second. Your car owner, Kevin Rudine, joked at the start of this race he was hoping it wouldn't be the same as last week. I have to ask you, from your perspective, was tonight at the Tuscarora 50 the same as last week in Skagit?
No, not really. I mean, you know, at Skagit, I thought, we had a race car that should have won the race, and you know, just kind of was changing lanes too much. I should say lack thereof. Didn't search enough, and it didn't get to the top quick enough there in 3 and 4 at Skagit. And then here, you know, I mean, from the drop to the green, I mean, we stumbled on the initial start, and every start after that, honestly, I'm you know, just kind of lucky that we were able to hold on. You know, when early on in that race, I thought I had a pretty decent race car, but just, you know, the last 10 laps of the first half there, we just got so free, and you know, it just started off the same. You know, been running the stumble valve off. I turned it on for that, you know, restart on at the halfway break, and it made it worse. So I turned it back off and just was trying to hold on, man. You know, I had to abandon running the top because I was just sliding too much through it, and just, you know, didn't have enough right rear stick like I needed. I couldn't really hustle the car as much as I needed to, and you know, Ryan was pretty much on a rail. I mean, he was able just to kind of go up there and bang off of stuff, and even it seemed like when he had to peel off of it, he was just stuck all the way down through it. So you know, just happy to end up on a podium. You know, happy to put Race Your Dean Foundation and Hager Realty, Skagit Speedway, and Ford Performance up here on the podium. But you know, second sucks, and I'm pretty well over at this point. So you know, we'll keep grinding it out. You know, that's part of it, and try to go back to the drawing board on our engines here. I think it might be fueling. I'm not even 100% sure, but like I said, we'll just you know, take our second place and try to go win at Lernerville next weekend.
That's Justin Peck coming home with a second place finisher tonight. Interesting connection. Travis Peck, Justin's brother, here tonight, a crew member on the Arrow McLaren IndyCar team. Marty, one of the crew members on the number 10, Ryan Timms, a former crew member for Arrow McLaren IndyCar. Unique connection there. Aaron Reutzel, I don't know if you've heard or not, you are the new point leader with Kubota High Limit Racing, or I should say, this number 87 Ridge & Sons racing machine is once again the point leader in the owner's standings with Kubota High Limit Racing. You've got a cold beer in your hand. You won last night. You fought for a podium here tonight to finish third. What has the last 5 days been like for you?
It's been nice. It's been good to get back in the car. Like I said, a little bit of a struggle. Tonight was definitely a struggle. The top was so hard to run and complicated that you really had to be on your A game to run the top like the 10 car was doing. And you know, I gave it my all a couple times like he was, and I made as much speed I felt like as he was, but I was on the verge of crashing, and I just couldn't do it lap after lap. Just consistently, and you know, I look at the board, and the 49 and the 24 aren't on the board, so unfortunately I had to points race and make sure I finished. I would have loved to have been doing what the 10 car was doing, because they're usually pretty good at that, but tonight I had to do the old boring points racing and just make sure I finished. So all in all, a great weekend. Happy to be back in the car. Obviously, me personally, I'm 6th in points, and the car's leading points now, so I suck. The race team's doing good.
I don't know if that's actually accurate.
No, but no, all in all, I can. The guys killed it. Thank them for everything they do. Bart, Dimmer, Dean, Brogan, they killed it out on the West Coast, and put us in the situation. So if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. If it wasn't for Power Plus, Fulkin Brothers Trucking, Paver, Rasmussen's, Don Long, Bargain Barn. There's just a long list of people that make this thing go around. Triple X Chassis, Ryder Racing Engines, Sure-Built Suspension, Kaiser Wheels, Elite Wings, just a lot of great partners that make this thing as fast as it is.
Before too long, you're going to have sponsors on those crutches. Hopefully you won't need them. Hey, one more thing. There's not a lot of Pennsylvanians up in those stands anymore, but let's see if we can get a reaction. I heard a rumor that you are nearly sold out in your merchandise trailer, so somebody around here must be a pretty big Reutzel fan.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. I don't know if they're wearing them or taking them home and doing something else with them, but either way, they're buying them. So thanks for helping me make some extra cash.
That's Aaron Reutzel. I said it last night. He's the real deal. If you didn't know it before, you know it now. He sits on the right front corner of his number 87. Oh, yeah, he's the new points leader with Kubota High Limit Racing in the owner's standings. Not him, he says, his number 87 race car. And at Kubota High Limit Racing, that's what it's all about, how the race car does.